Off we go with Division 3 here in the Preview League. There are 6 divisions total. This is Kawasan. It's in the map pool this time around. We'd have to call it a hybrid map for sure. There's massive amounts of berries in the middle where also all of the relics are situated. 7 relics total. So you'll want to contest those, obviously. That's why Exion has gone with the Lithuanians here. Because the Lithuanians cavalry get +1 attack per relic for their knights and lighties. And that's obviously useful, giving you free extra attack upgrades, so you don't need to rush the forging and iron forging. And eventually you'll want those as well, of course, to really benefit from the relics bonus. So it should be fairly easy for the Lithuanians to snag the relics in the middle here if they have managed to take the map control. To the right hand side we have Helgolim with the Ethiopians. So Ethiopians will in 99 out of 100 times be going for the archers. They have a great siege as well, only civilization with all of the siege options fully upgraded. But yeah, archers on the flank probably, working together with pocket scouts into knights, into archers crossbow on the right hand side. And to the left we have El Pollo Diavolo with the Dravidians here, which I think is an interesting one because it's a new civilization, or rather it's the Indians civilization of old that's been split up into 4 civilizations, where the previous Indians has been renamed Hindustanis and have lost some of their bonuses. And Dravidians, they get 200 wood once they reach the next stage. Also their docks provide pop space, so you'll struggle a tiny bit less for with housedness, or save some wood, needing to build fewer houses early on. And it makes it easier to invest into naval fighting as well, of course. Interesting that Exion still is in the water. It's a bit farther for the pockets, it looks like, maybe. But, oh, he's going for the berries actually. Maybe he doesn't know the map all that well. He didn't scout the pods, so. But yeah, that's probably a reason for it. Lithuanians, they could actually go straight to wood immediately with all 4 villagers, and then almost instant dock and get a very nice fish boom going early. Now, as for Raiding ParTea, we have Dr. Tilty with the Pranks pocket here. Pranks, they collect berries 15% faster, and guess what? There's lots of berries in this map. Maybe we'll see some Pranks TCs in the middle here, eventually. Oh, it was their home map. Yeah, they should know them. Maybe it's just mind games. To the left side, we have Fingolfin with the Italians here. Italians, they have cheaper fishing ships, they have lots of naval bonuses in general, and they are it's also a very much decent archer civilization on land, because their advancement through the ages is 15% cheaper, as you can see from the resource bar here. It's cut off because you don't need 500, it's more like 445, is it? So makes it easier to make use of those archers into crossbows and crossbow into arbalest power spikes as the Lithuanians. And finally, to the right hand side we have Moin here with the Mayans. Franks, Mayans, Italians. So Mayans, they have a longer lasting economy, every resource lasts 15% longer, and the archers are 10, 20 and 30% cheaper as you move on through the ages from the feudal age. So Mayans usually playing the archers on the flank. Raiding ParTea establishing an equal lead here, because they have been, okay, yeah, so El Pollo Diavolo has docked, but the others haven't. So, but in any case, it's it's an equal lead for Raiding ParTea, since they have the fish in addition to the rest, and feudal age on the way now for Fingolfin here with the Italians at 20 villagers, but 4 fish as well. So certainly boosts the food income going up. Going for the safe gold in the back here as well. Won't need to make any aggression on water thus far. Yeah, so we're going to see very little naval action here, but Fingolfin goes for a little bit of a dock to the side here to contest El Pollo Diavolo's fish. It's been scouted. And thanks to Rana Draug for the follow. Well, Rana is a place in Norway. And Draug is also like an mythical monster in the... Yeah, it's... Yeah, hiding in the toilets. So, there's some funny meaning in Norwegian if you combine this or split up these two words. Dr. Filthy has the second bond, yeah, nobody's taking that, and that's the one that's not going to be easily contested. Range is going up here, I don't see any infantry investment, so it's only going to be straight archers here, whereas the scout is trying to harass Moin's builder here, but Moin doesn't take the bait, has a quick wall in the villager, and that scout's never going to break these walls. That one's just fine. The scout's even a little bit harmed here, so if Moin wants, Moin could take the fight against that scout with the villager and eagle and win the fight, I think. Oh, it's a Skyrim word. I see. Another scouts run in here, but Fingolfin gets the first hit, will be winning that fight. And also winning water here, because our blue player is just making fish, not naval armies, so El Pollo Diavolo gonna lose some resource income here. Enter the pocket scouts from Exion here. Do we have scouts from Dr. Tilty as well? We do. They're probably going to need to come over to the right hand side here. What's from Tolkien? Okay, I see. Yeah, he was inspired by many languages, I think, Tolkien. So Fingolfin winning this pond here nice and easy, taking out all 5 fish of El Pollo Diavolo, who probably shouldn't even be baking fire galleys at this point. Yeah, he cancels it. Good call. That pond is lost. You could still take this middle one if it's scouted. Hold on. Yeah, so that's certainly an option to redock in the middle pond to the south here. Looks like Exion is getting some decent engagements here. The scouts count is ahead for the Lithuanians, probably up a bit earlier there, or just taken fewer losses. No villager kills, however, El Pollo Diavolo has lost 7 eco units total. That's mainly fish, I think. Could be some villagers on land as well, unless it's only fish. Still good aggression. There's a 2 versus 1 situation now on the right hand side here for Reservoir Ducks, and they are going to force a defensive tower of Moin, the Mayans player here. They really don't like the Mayans. Even some skirmishes mixed in here shouldn't matter too much with the green scouts here to help, and the army number, at least on the right hand side here, in favor of Reservoir Ducks still, I believe. Yeah, Exion gets some hits in on the skirmishes here. The tower will complete for Moin, but it comes at the cost. Moin also losing 3 villagers here in the early game. Yeah, I think even losing the armies here, I think Reservoir Ducks should be perfectly happy with the development here. Somehow they're still behind in the economy though, because they're really not investing all that much into water. The only player fishing thus far is Exion. So I think they're underestimating the impact of naval economy here at Reservoir Ducks, because there's quite the amount of deep fish in each of these ponds here. There's 6 ponds total. It's like an inverse 4 lakes. You don't have lakes in the corners, you have them more centralized, and there's berries in the middle as well, of course. Fingolfin added some archers on the left hand side as well, and El Pollo Diavolo with the same thing, double rangers here, easily affordable for the Dravidians, since they are granted 200 instant wood once they reach the next stage. Helgolden with the faster firing Ethiopians archers here, choosing to try and camp the tower here, and yet further deny the gold of Moin with the Mayans here. Has lost 4 villagers total, only 29 gold in the bank, but now back on gold next to the tower. Oh, the scouts are in! Exion is in the Frank's main base now, moving on from the right-hand side to the pocket position. Spearman on point for Dr. Tilty though, and Exion not wanting to lose. And the scouts needlessly just pulls away and moves back in. And yeah, can't really contest that Spearman with only 3 scouts. That's oh, weak villager, weak villager. Look at that one. Get him! No. Teal felt so much better than me this map, says Moin. It could be a conscious decision of Akkal-AOE. Well, Akkal-AOE is solid player no matter what, but it could be a conscious decision not to dock as well, to get those archers up at 21 pop or whatever, and to get them out as quickly as possible, and that really helps the early aggression. And yes, hello, Moin. Or should I say Moin? Fingolfin getting some good engagements on the left-hand side here. Few skirmishes mixed in by El Pollo Diavolo here as well. Raiding ParTea, however, are in the score lead. They're keeping that equal lead as well. They're even having lost quite some villagers here. 3 for Dr. Tilty, 4 for Moin. But they're still way ahead in the village count. Could also be because Reservoir Ducks are heading towards the Castle Age here. Looks like fairly even matchup here in the numbers. Oh, a couple of stray archers here from Akkal-AOE. They could be annoying on the woodland over here. Or unless dealt with. So this pond claimed by Fingolfin, cheaper in Italian's fish here, as we know. While on the top side there's a third range going up. That could be an indication that Fingolfin is heading towards the Castle Age as well. Gets a good engagement here, or a decent engagement here against El Pollo Diavolo. They're essentially cancelling out each other's armies forward here, and Fingolfin also has the defender's advantage here, I should say, with all 3 ranges here soon enough to replenish numbers. Is this the beginnings of sort of a team wall for raiding for Reservoir Ducks here? I think it might be. So finally, Exion is fishing a bit as well. Some deep fish here. They've blocked the middle pond. Definitely potential for more safe food income here, and not needing to farm this match this early. The fact that neither Moin nor Tilty have taken a pond in between here. Well, it's happening. Frank's player is docking finally in the middle here. Alright, so Frank's player in the Castle Age, so is the Lithuanians with a decent lead here in the production department. I don't know if that's just one stable. No, it's double stables, but one of them is researching bloodlines or husbandry. I didn't quite catch what was husbandry. There we go. Looks like they found an opening here as Dr. Tilty makes use of the stray scouts from the early game here and forces Exion to react a little bit here as well. We'll keep a little eye on the relics count as well. What archers? Aye, the banter is on. These archers are crossbows rather, but it looks like Akkal-AOE has the numbers advantage here. What's up over here? It's still archers from our blue friend here. El Pollo Diavolo losing 11 eco units so far this game. Still in the feudal age. Does just now have the resource to click up, and there we go. Mojo Judge Sotso in the chat. I'm drinking tea for Raiding ParTea. I mean, despite all this aggression, the overall economy It's only 6 eco units apart between the Mayans and the Ethiopians, and with that in mind, Hell-Golem isn't that far ahead of Moin here. I spoke too soon because that... Excuse me. 4 more villagers down just like that, and Hell-Golem is on fire here. He's really dominating and taking responsibility for his team here. Ballistics is in, as we can see. That's how so many villagers are going down as well, and Moin is taking quite the beating over here. Frank's player adding a second TC here on the woodline. I think that's a good call, considering that there are crossbows and knights out and about now. While Fingolfin is working together with Dr. Tilty here to try and set back the Dravidians here, but they shouldn't be spending too much time here, I think, but they're getting those eco kills down. Found the exposed gold. Does Blue know about the gold in the back here? Yeah, that's scouted. Eco numbers. Population's dead even now. It's 290 to 204 population here. And this is where the big fight is currently. It's still only archers for Blue here. Castle Age is in. Crossbow Bodkin on the way. This is a crucial fight for Raiding ParTea to take. If they take out these archers, it could be a game-changing fight in terms of army numbers here, but Crossbow Bodkin is in. However, there's no cavalry support here. They have to take the long way around here. Could have saved a little bit of time if El Pollo Diavolo had deleted the house to make an opening. Yeah, have a look at the crossbow numbers here. Fingolfin and Hell-Golem both making good use of them. And stray crossbows, these are the 2 that were on the woodland here a moment ago. Just Hell-Golem is just not letting the Mayans player go here. Never give the Mayans the free boom, of course. Now they're looking at somewhat similar numbers, but in the meantime, El Pollo Diavolo has taken a huge beating over here. But would you look at that? It's Imperial Age now on the way for Hell-Golem with almost 40 crossbows to become Arblests. El Pollo Diavolo trying to flee home base here to secure some villagers, or I don't even know where he wants to go. Maybe place a TC on a safer woodline in the back. Going to complete that tower, but these crossbows, they could just sit underneath the tower as well. Is there a decent choke point here for Fingolfin's archers? Actually, the relic count of Exion did get 2 relics as well here now, so these knights, they have 10+3 attack currently. But that's not a... maybe it's not horrible. I mean, it's still going to be tough to clean up these crossbows. 1 more attack for the Lithuanians knights, and neither of them have bloodlines. No, husbandry, I mean. Both have bloodlines or the equivalent, but yeah, still good damage being done here. Fingolfin, however, behind in crossbow numbers compared to the flank on the opposing side here of Hell-Golem. And pocket economy is very much comparable as well. Looks like the Franks player has gone into some defensive mangonels here. You never know when you're going to get enemy crossbows hit your base, so that might be a good precaution there. Totally forgot about the relics, says Moin. Yeah, they're a bit too easy to catch here in this map, right? So that's 3 relics for Exion, and that gives Exion 2 extra damage against the Franks Knights, and come the Cavaliers and Paladins, that's going to be a huge one as well. Of course, Franks Paladins, they have more HP than the Lithuanians Paladins, so that could offset that bonus a little bit. I think Lithuanians with 4 relics should win one-on-one versus a fully upgraded Franks Paladin, though. Oh, this is scary. Moin is at 45 villagers and nowhere near clicking up to that Imperial Age, and Hell-Golem has 40 crossbows to become Arbalests with Bracer. This could be a slaughter over to the right-hand side here, and Frank's Pocket Knights, you're going to need a shit ton of Castle Age Knights to deal with this group of soon-to-be Arbalests. Lithuanians should be unbeatable in this map. Green player just didn't know the survivalist build. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. 4 legs has a lot more fish, deep fish. But it's true, the middle lake is hard to punish for the opposing team. So it should be a huge advantage to dock way earlier. I think if anything, Reservoir Ducks, they've made a mistake with the not docking early enough here. Oh, we're gonna see a manual hit on the arbs. I guess Hellgolem's attention is a bit away here, off here. Pocket economy is comparable here, but Exion now working together with Hellgolem, and they know they've done lots of damage to Boyne earlier in the game, so might as well just go try and punish the Pocket. It's not fish for the FC build, yeah, probably is, but it looks like it's working out okay for Reservoir Ducks with playing it more conventionally as well. There's always more than one way to do things, of course. And if anything, Raiding ParTea has the Italians on the team, so if you can mass a decent chunk of Genoese crossbows, you have at least you have a response to opponent cavalry, but the Arbalists will still deal with the Genoese crossbows also. Moyne can't really engage here, it's crossbows against Arbalists, and also outnumbered here for the Mayans. Even if you have cheap crossbows, then you can't waste them against Arbalists still. So, what's interesting here is Reservoir Ducks, they have the army lead by small margins. They have less economy, but they have one player with heaps of Arbalists here, and neither of Raiding ParTea's flanks are... Hold on, I spoke too soon again. Fingolfin is up to the Imperial Age as well and getting Arbalist Bracer, but isn't quite matching the numbers of the Ethiopians here who've been up for a long while. Oh, could be a big fight incoming here. Quite similar numbers, but the Ethiopians do fire faster. They... Oh, Fingolfin is missing defense upgrades as well, isn't he? He's getting Pavisa, but missing the second and third armor upgrade. That's gonna hurt a lot here against the faster fighting Ethiopians. Fully upgraded Arbalists here. Enter Exion's Knights as well. Not necessarily a fight you want to take, but accompanied by all of these Arbalists, I think it's still a good one. Because the opponent's Arbalist can't hide in a choke point then. Yeah, it should be a favorable fight for Hellgolem, even if the cavalry can't enter, but they can enter, I think, because there's the... Oh, overchop! Oh, Fingolfin, not like this! Saves the villagers on the woodline for now, at least, but there's still Arbalists here, and this is where the action is at. And now moving out again for Exion, wanting to get the Cavalier and Plate Parting armor upgrades, of course, but given the numbers, I think Hellgolem is fine on his own here, and the score has shifted as well, just barely for Reservoir Ducks. They have about a 30 total population lead, and yeah, significant overall army lead as well now. Oh, tell me you're going to snipe the fish. Up over here is Dr. Tilty with just a couple of Naiads here not really being put to use. Imperial Age on the way for Raiding ParTea as well. We're still only in the cast age for El Pollo Diavolo here, who's been committing to skirmishes here. This is what I like to see though, all three players gathering up to set back one of the other Archers players here. Imperial Age on the way for the Mayans, who can't leave the Mayans alone for too long either. 6 relics now for Exion, so not only the full relics bonus for the Cavaliers, but also the extra gold trickle that gives. Have a look at the resources here. It's not going to be any struggle for food and gold anytime soon for Exion here. Now diving in together with the remainders of Hellgolems, Arbalests, and there's another wave here ready to engage on the right-hand side. Maybe we'll see siege ramps or bombard cannons here from Hellgolem. Trebuchets out here as well, so that defensive castle of Fignolfin on the stone might not stay up for all that long. To be fair, the Frax player has been allowed a somewhat free boom for quite a while now, but still lacking that Cavalier upgrade. Plate Barding is in, Cavalier just a few seconds away, but outnumbered here by the... They're matching in numbers, I guess, but there's still that Lithuanian's relics bonus to account for. So, still a good fight for Reservoir Ducks over here. Forward castle for the Ethiopians means that trebuchets could enter the field as well. Moin hitting the Imperial Age, getting Bracer. Doesn't seem to be able to afford Arbalest immediately here. May have some food issues here. And that forward castle most definitely is going up. Big fight to the top side here. Dr. Silty. What happened here? Oh, why is Dr. Tilty in such a good spot? What missed I there? What did I miss there? Oh, he's researching ARP. Yeah, it's on the way, okay. Well, at least it wasn't in yet. Sorry, I have a 32-inch screen and it's like less than half a meter away from me, so it's a bit hard to see what's going on in the corners here. Well, now things are getting exciting again here. Raiding ParTea with the population lead now. It's eco slightly ahead for Reservoir Ducks. Nothing too crazy. The trebuchets will be going down here. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what happened on Cape of Storms. That was your game. That was your game. I think we both underestimated the reach of the edge of the water. Good set though. So Raiding ParTea back in the pushing business here. Paladin on the way for Exion here. That's not quite there yet for Dr. Tilty. And they're matched in cavalry numbers, so this could be dangerous for Raiding ParTea. However, Fingolfin with the Arbalest here would help even out the odds over here. Unless Hellgolem comes from the right side and joins in with the army, so we could have sort of a 3 vs 1 here again. Oh wait, El Pollo Diavolo still in the castle age here. Has really been taking a beating this game. And is still sort of trying to make that transition to Imp, I guess, but needs to field armies as well. Maybe it makes more sense to stay in the Castle Age still. Paladins versus Cavalier. Arb here, Hellgolem with way... No, wait, here comes all of them. And now, oh, look at the walling as well. Massive stone wall in the middle here to prevent any pocket cavalry raids. A great fight for Exion here with the 7 relics now. Doesn't give in on those relics, doesn't want to lose that advantage ever. Oh, such a bad fight for Dr. Tilty and Raiding ParTea here. That's fantastic of Hellgolem to bring over the armies here to this fight. 68 arms total, and Fingolfin left with only 17. And even if you had Britons on the team here to produce 20% faster, it wouldn't help the replenishment nearly enough. And just like that, it switches again. It snowballs out of control for Raiding ParTea. Potentially here, they are behind in economy now. Reservoir Ducks, they have about 60 more military as well. And now the Paladins are free to move forward. Yeah, with Moin's Arbs in the mix, that would be different. Elephant Archer! Are we going to provide a... Okay, it could be a misclick actually. Imperial Age finally on the way for the Dravidians as well. But I have to say... Reservoir Ducks, the other two, Hell Golem and Exion, they've really been keeping the aggression up in El Pollo Diavolo's absence. Lost 54 eco units this game. And look at these Lithuanians, Paladins with full relics bonus, just shredding Town Center. That wasn't a lot of seconds. This is down in less than 30 seconds. Horde Castle going down for Hell Golem here, but what does that matter when you're punishing the Franks at home base like this? Still 101 villagers for Dr. Tilty, but I bet the economy is struggling a bit here, at least the production here. Castles are up, so Chivalry could be in here for Dr. Tilty, but how do you deal with these raids without a mass of Arbs or Halberdiers to respond? Your own Paladins, yes, if you can afford them, but even with Chivalry it takes quite a while to remass here to match the now 58 Paladins of the Lithuanians. Don't see any sign of trade commencing yet. They would have the option to go from here to there for Reservoir Ducks, but at this point I don't think they need it. Oh, Sirtram is in for Moin here, so Moin pushing back a bit here. With taking advantage of the fact that Hell Golem's largest mass of Arbless, they are away, but fighting siege rams with villagers, that's never something you'll want to need to do. Do they have sappers or something? Nah. Green could have dominated this more, could have had an early Castle Age, I think, and more mass early of scouts, for example, with the earlier fish investment. Most notably in the middle, where it's hard to punish, but yeah, they're still doing a good job at keeping the army numbers up and applying pressure on different parts of the map. Did Moin lose the forward Arbalest here? Skirmishers now from Hell Golem. Is it a gold issue? Nah. It's just because you can, I guess. Because it's not going to be lots of Frank's cavalry out in the field. Then skirmishers make more sense. However, they can't deal with siege rams, obviously. So a little bit of a pocket Paladin's help will be needed here. Reservoir Ducks now with a 200 total population lead here. Massive eco lead. And still keeping that military momentum as well. Look at the elephant archers. They're so tanky. They can take 3 waves of shots from 24 fully upgraded Arblests of Fingolfin here. That's pretty crazy. And El Diavolo, of course, only needs to hold at home base here, not die completely away. Raiding ParTea, they're so low on the economy at this point. There's not really a good spot to reboom either. There's lots of units forward here, and GG Woo is called. Reservoir Ducks takes the first game. And corrects it to well played, of course. GG. Arbs, the most created unit here, according to the statistics. Let's have a look at the timeline here. I'm guessing Chivalry wasn't really a priority for the Franks here, even though it could boost the production. You need to spend those resources on armies earlier in the Imperial Age. Yeah, Hell Golem MVP here in the KD department, 395 to 230. Good. Military score there, army high beyond 100, which is crazy as well. Exxon eventually getting the best boom here, best eco income, essentially untouched. And look at the relic gold as well, 5,000 extra gold out of nowhere. That's also something to be considered here. This, however, like Raiding says in the chat, if Exion had gone for the survivalist approach, like the 4 Lakes Lithuanians build, you go straight to wood with Lithuanians. I think it's 4 or 5 on wood, 5 maybe. Because you start with extra food, you can warrant that, and then you build your dock as early as possible, and you should be able to sustain both TC and dock production because of that investment, and that in return will allow you to either mass a lot more scouts in the feudal age, or just pull off a ridiculous FC that lets you spam from double stables almost immediately. It's the APM for both in here and there, probably some archers, micro dodging and stuff. Alright, let's find game 2. That's risky for a team game still, though, rather to go straight past Castle Age like that. So I think you still need to make scouts, but the Castle Age could be conceivable. Arenaception is next, which is interesting because I think Reservoir Ducks aren't half bad on arena style maps either, so let us have a look. Arenaception. So it's just a different take on arena, really, or maybe an arena fortress hybrid. Some backspace, some back resources, lots of more potential booming space in the back of those. So that's very different from our more familiar arena where there would be wood in the edges and then this would all be wood basically. So there's some openness in the back. You'll probably see all of the players walling the sides for safety on the flanks, but still the fact that you have a massive back booming area makes for a more of a hideout-esque arena style in terms of it should be very easy to secure the corners for trade if you've already secured your sides. But with that said, let's have a look at the civilizations of choice here. Exion on the flank with the Mongols here. Mongols, that usually means Mangudai and siege weapons. Are there any hills here? Don't think there are any hills for the Mongols Mangudai to benefit from that. You could of course do that as well. These guys paused as I was bringing my deer in, shot it with the TC. Really? That's not very nice. I don't know how to shoot a deer with a TC or to do that garrison move. I don't have enough hotkeys for that. Anyway, Exion with the Mongols. Faster hunt allows for faster castle age. That could do like a 23 pop castle drop, to be honest, but that's more of a 1v1 play than a team game play, I think. Mongols with their early castle age potential should have a very nice early boom as well. In the pocket, we have El Pollo Diavolo with the Spanish. So that usually means castles and conquistadors, but they do build faster as well, so of course that gives you a tiny advantage of getting the multiple theses up for a boom if you're matched in uptime with the other players. But I suppose we're going to see conquistadors here one way or another for the other for the Spanish. In the TL here we have Hell Golden with the Portuguese for this one, giving the team the cartography from the Dark Age, giving them visual same shared vision is what it's called, that you usually don't get until you build the market. As you can see here, that's not the case for the opposing team. Playing Goldpin with the Koreans here. That has to mean war wagons. That's much easier to get to on these closed maps, and war wagons a mighty unit as well. So it's kind of hard to counter. In small numbers you could do okay with monks and even skirmishers, but once they are in the mass, it's really hard to deal with. Yeah, I know it used to be a tech Ranadrag. I played Age of Empires 2 back in from 2002 already, and then you even had tracking to research for military units or infantry units, but I think that's just been incorporated as a bonus these days. Dr. Filter with the Teutons, also a fantastic boom, cheaper farms, great melee units, best melee units in the game probably, because they get +1 melee defense in the Castle Age and another in the Imperial Age that stacks. So good pocket civilization, lacking the speed in terms of mobility, of course, lacking husbandry, but that's not that much of a concern on arena-style maps. Yes. There's the deer that died to TC, I think. Yeah, the lack of mobility for Teutons, the lack of speed, not as much of an issue for arena style maps where the playing field is smaller and you can't hide as easily or outrun. Yipip finally with the Bohemians here, that more often than not means Hussite wagons, especially in team games. But so you'll need to go to stone eventually. FC Warwings. You could also do an Imperial Age push fast imp with bomber cannons into Hofnis and your hand cannoneers as well. But yeah, probably Hussite wagons here. Fingolfin's FC was a mess. FC build was a mess. I see. Taking the stragglers like a true low elo legend here. Okay, I think it's time to fast forward a bit. This is arena after all. El Pollo Diavolo, really high IDLTC. Did El Pollo Diavolo kill the boar with TC or something? That's a high IDLTC time. Really high IDLTC for this closed map where you're not really threatened. No mill yet. Oh, you're right. Saving the woods here, are we, Fingolfin? Quick fast forward here to keep an eye out for unit production here. Mongols up at 24 pop here. Looks like Exion might be first up of all here. And the resource bar showing no problem to get that straight fast cattle rolling. I don't expect any feudal age aggression here, so let's just let that roll for a bit. Yeah, Castle Age being clicked here. Heavy stone investment from the Portuguese as well, so this could be organ guns versus Hussite wagons, which I think I haven't seen a lot of. Yeah, exactly. I think Green might have shot the boar accidentally with the town center. Okay, let's go. We can slow it down a bit now with the Castle Age in for, who was that? That was the Mongols. And Exion is going straight into a mini boom here, but you'll note that the TC is on stone, so that could also mean that a defensive castle will be on the way soon enough. 2 sheep missing for green. Oh, you're right! Oh, man! Oh, that sucks. These guys didn't want to be eaten. What's going on here? Scout fight. Helgoldem isn't wasting any time here. Forward castle in the face of the Bohemians here. Poor green indeed. El Pollo Diavolo losing 200 food there. Not finding the sheep inside. Come on. They will be inside your base. Maybe I thought they spawned in the back and someone stole them or something. I guess that could happen on this map. Bohemian's Castle not going to complete in time here, but I guess Yipip gets it up with retasking the villagers out of line of sight of the castle here. Good call by Yipip to move the villagers further away, so this castle completes. And entering with organ guns isn't going to be an easy task for Helgolim here. Top side we have a castle drop as well. The East guys really enjoy their forward castle drops here and getting some assistance from the teammates. Scouts as well, maybe. Red Scout already down. Fingolfin lost the scout, but Dr. Filthy is here to help out as well. So, War Wagons versus Mangudai. to be seen here. Here they come. Ah, there's some pocket knights from the Tilty as well. I like that, because if you break these walls with this cattle, and the early knights army investment could really pay off inside of Exion's base, especially considering Exion doesn't have loom yet. Not really need loom as long as the some walls are intact. This cattle not really hidden away though. The foundations should be visible for Exion, unless that's a visual bug. Exion also binding stone, but missing 300 stone to drop a castle here. Set wagons are out, so are the organ guns, but Helgolem has just been pulling them to the side. There is it just going to go for the Teutons instead. I mean, they've seen the Knights investment of Dr. Tilty, which means that Dr. Tilty might even still be on 1 TC here. Interesting thing about the castle fight here is that fletching is in for the Bohemians, so I think the castle should be doing more damage, no? Yeah. So if they keep firing at each other here, that Bohemian's castle is going to win. Castle fire blocking the knights are blocking the petards. Let them in. Let them break. Okay, they're saving the petards to break through the building foundations, I guess. Just get the house or something. Pingleton, hello? Hello? These cars are waiting to explode themselves up, and... Wait, how did they get in? There's a hole. There's a hole somewhere. Exion! Do you have loom now, Exion? No loom! No loom! Oh, Exion, you're going to lose so much economy here to these raids. And that castle might not even complete here with the knights roaming around there. Still, no loom for Exion. Has totally forgotten about that existence of that loom technology. War wagons joining in as well. This is where the action is at, and that defensive castle, that is not going to complete anytime soon. Great aggression by Raiding Party top side here. Extended 1 TC play for Dr. Tilty in the pocket, providing quite a decent chunk of knights here, and also forcing El Pollo Diavolo to make cavalry as well, but the upgrades are way better for the Teutons. Bloodlines is in, +2 defense is in. And the castle stays unbuilt for now. And the organ guns, however, they've reached the Teuton space here. So at this point, Dr. Tilty will need to pull the cavalry back, I think. I mean, if you have a decent chunk of knights, you'll be able to clean up small numbers of organ guns, because they do have minimum range. They have 1 or 2 minimum range, the organ guns. And Magadal defense, obviously a good idea as well. Look at the aggression on Exion's side. Exion has lost 30 villagers. 30 eco units. And does he have loom now? Still no loom for Exion! Come on, Exion! Oh, it hurts. At this point I want to see another forward castle or something on the Fingolfin here, or just move on to punish the pocket maybe and not give the Spanish a free boom. Check Tilty's space. No! Oh, they didn't wall the sides. They did not wall the sides, and Fingolfin is really getting some vision on the backside here. Maybe he wants to do the same thing. Sneaky! Yippee penny sneaky villagers. Did that to me as well. On Chaos Pit. Same lineup. On the sneaking around in the back. And Dr. Tilty's base is admittedly taking some serious hits here as well. Yeah, but yeah, Tilty is orange, you're right. But we know the organ guns have been here. So... yeah, I found the castle drop more interesting. Organ guns getting value here for sure. Dr. Tilty killing lots of villagers, but also losing 32 in the process. And looks like finally Exion is going to get that castle up, but look at the score. Look at the eco lost here. 31 villagers. And in the meantime, Hell Golem is going Imperial Age here. So Hell Golem could actually take out that castle, or those castles of Yipip, and assume some nice forward positioning pressure there. Nice chunk of war wagons here, fully upgraded for Castle Age for Fingolfin, at least in terms of blacksmith upgrades. Imperial Age for Yipip as well, so that transition is 50 seconds away. But if you look at the economy, Yipip is way ahead of Hell Golem here, almost twice the villagers, so Yipip should be able to field more trebuchets if need be. 8 organ guns, and look at the kills they made here, 33 eco kills. Or unit kills, 32 eco kills. Don't think 3 Husset wagons is enough to clean it up. Here comes the Wagonal. Oh! Admittedly, great value from the forward organ guns, but maybe they'll finally see the end of things here. As Fingolfin keeps pushing here, yes, Exion was forced into a defensive castle that got completed, but given the resources and economy lost here, it's still looking good for Raiding ParTea here, with a slight military lead. Not equal lead, but they have the army strength here, if you look at the army value. Tilty was really tilting here. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yipip now in Imperial Age as well. This is going to become a Treb war potentially. I guess this forward castle is going to go down for Hell Golem. Given the eco advantage of Yipip here. Now going into Halberdiers, presumably to hold off the Spanish knights that, if the game goes long enough, might become paladins. Didn't see any conquistadors here, so I was wrong on that. The Teuton's pocket down to 26 villagers, actually lower villager count than Exion here total, so that's unfortunate for Raiding ParTea that they're completely missing pocket support at this point, but now relocating to the back here, which is way harder to get to for Reservoir Ducks. There's a castle here blocking, sneaking around from this angle, and there's house walls from Fingolfin on this side, so yeah. Removing in the back here seems like a good call now for the Teuton's pocket. That's not really an option for Exion, who gets those efforts punished over here. Look at Fingolfin going to drop a guard tower over here. Oh, not enough villagers here. They're both going to lose their castles, but that also means the end of forward organ gun production here from Hell Golem, who will likely break through the walls here. Yipip not able to repair this castle, but I guess that's also because of the fact that there is a forward castle by Hell Golem here. Fortunately, Bohemians are broken on maps like this and can 1v2, yeah. I guess. If they allow you to get to that point. Exion has made military, made a Mangudai from the castle, and that's one single Mangudai with no upgrades whatsoever. That's not even going to offset the couple of knights here. Okay, castle and TC Fire, maybe gets it. Oh, but would you look at that? The war wagons now forward, and Hell Golem scrambling up a defensive castle here to try and keep the aggression out. Nice castle positioning, in fact. It does keep the rest of the base from being breached here. Yipip also lost the forward castle over here, so not going to be able to trap those down from behind here. But it's still a drain on an already fragile economy here. And allowing Raiding ParTea to keep pushing here. So, okay, I guess mass war wagons is a decent counter to organ gun play. If you have enough of them. Excellent call from Finn to come over and press teal with me. Yeah. No complaints here. And he's even dropping a TC on me. My gold now. Is that going to complete though? El-POYO is here with the cavalry investment, which, I mean, this TC isn't exactly hidden, but will Fingolfin react here? Oh, Garrison! 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 Yeah, he got it! No, he didn't. Damn it, he didn't. Oh, that's one TC and one sneak villager gone to waste there. Dr. Tilty somehow managed to sneak some knights inside of El-POYO's base though, so this is going to be a little bit annoying as that needs to be dealt with, but El-POYO has some knights out and about, so that's fine. TC number 4 for Fingolfin here as well. All things considered, the army count is similar, but Raiding ParTea has an eco lead here. Reservoir Ducks preparing markets for trades. They'd have to secure this side for that to work though. And in fact, I don't really see Yipip's advances here. Yipip going for halberdiers and bombard cannons. Eventually, Hofnitze here probably when the eco allows. Dr. Tilty, the Teutons player, still in the cast stage, but well ahead of Exion in the economy now with the successful reboom of 3 DCs here, dealt with the organ guns inside of home base as well. Halb Oliger for Yipip, that's again a good reaction to the organ gun play here. If you have a couple of Onagers in and a meat shield in front, which in this case is halberdiers and war wagons, you're going to be able to get some decent shots in on the war wagons. No, organ guns. Looks like siege engineers is in as well, because the range of the onager is 8+1. Outpost. You have no vision here. More Teutons thesis going up here. Full reboom mode for Dr. Tilty, even unless that's the starting scout. Actually made some scouts as well. Yeah, that's a solid pressure being applied on the Portuguese player now. Going to lose at least one defensive castle here. Helgold the organ guns over to this side. Bombard cannon getting a good hit in, and halberdiers from the other side. Great efforts from the Yipip here to hunt down the organ guns and take out as many as possible in the backside here. Will not be able to complete the stone walls for now, but great value. Halberdiers taking out organ guns here. Want to become famous? Nah, I don't think so. Not today. Spanish Cavaliers joining in here. Exion playing the pocket cavalry role again here, and now with 40 Cavaliers, that's no joke. But the Halberdiers are here, and Bohemians Halberdiers, they have even more bonus damage against cavalry. They have 40 bonus damage against cavalry. I think it's 25% more than the generic ones. Forward siege workshops from Fingolfin here on the Gers. Okay, on the Ger. Maybe a couple more trebs here to deal with that one and only cast, but there's not really. I mean, Exion is going Imperial Age here, but what's that going to give with no army and a very limited economy? I'm not sure. Think. War wagons versus Cavalier over here. That should be the Cavaliers fight, I think, because they are allowed to get close, or maybe not. They are elite war wagons. So So the markets are up, but only on one side, so they're not going to get any trade running either. Raiding ParTea comfortably ahead here now, 100 total population, slightly behind the military, but they have a massive eco advantage now, so eventually they'll be able to remass units and clear out the enemy armies and bases. I would assume, given the eco advantage. These knights still getting some very good value here in Akkal-AOE Diavolo space. 11 kills for this little group of 3 units. Hoopnisse is in for Yipip here. That's a mighty siege unit unique to the Bohemians. That's essentially a upgraded bomber cannon. El Pollo likes his paladins. Yeah, we're going to see the Spanish paladins there. No, nothing compared to the Lithuanians with relics bonus, of course, but still paladins. However, they are going to struggle against the halberdiers of the Bohemians here, because the Bohemians, they have extra bonus damage against the cavalry. Look at this hero scout! 5 kills! A mighty Teutonic scout. Oh, and another little wave of knights. Where are these knights coming from? How are they getting in? How are they? 17 kills now. How have they not been dealt with? Oh, looks like the war wagons have been cleaned up from Fingolfin. Did miss that, however, now getting the Koreans onagers out and about here. And with halberdier support from the Bohemians, the Koreans onagers, or maybe even, do they get siege onager? I think they get siege onager as well. And the unique technology, they could be real nasty. Again, focusing the organ guns here, which is the main unit of Helgoland here, so I think it makes sense to focus them down over the paladins here. You'll just rematch your halberdiers to take out the paladins as well. And the production is decent. Yipip now full boom at 100 something villagers and queuing halberdiers out of a whooping 16 barracks here. And without efficient trade for the Spanish here, it's going to be hard to replenish the paladin numbers as the gold runs low. We're not quite there yet, but yeah, speaking of, siege onager is on the way for the Koreans. We're going to see some splatter shots here now. And Fingolfin with the siege onagers as well, in fact. It is, of course, a reaction to the Arbalest switch of Helgoland here, but guess what? We have Korean onagers here with oh, 16 seconds, 15 seconds. Whoop! Oh, that's a satisfying shot from from Fingolfin there with even before siege onager here. Now siege onager is in as well. It's 8+1 range. That's even enough to take, almost enough siege onagers here to take out castles. And they are Korean, so I believe they have lower minimum range with the unique technology. If that one is in, I could check that briefly. Maybe not. See, this was Helgoland's castle spot, but Fingolfin wants it differently. Arbalest, they can't do shit here against this mass of siege onagers, and the attempt to mass Arbalest here is not going well for Helgoland. Did do nice early damage again here, Helgoland, but now when you look at the left-hand side here, the markets are going up. Even the castle, just to be on the real safe side here. 5 or 6 markets for Fingolfin here to really speed up that trade card production. And looks like Raiding ParTea have this in the bag. They are at full population cap here, while Reservoir Ducks, they are struggling for army numbers. They are more than 100 villagers behind, and these siege onagers of the Koreans, they're just shredding here. 8+2 range for the Siege on here, no joke. So now the unique technology is in as well, I see. So it's helped Siege push on both sides here from Raiding ParTea. And what's the response to the helps here from Reservoir Ducks? Yes, we have Arbalest from the Portuguese, but Hell Golem is constantly under pressure here. Is not allowed to produce archers from the front base, and has only 13 military here. The only player with significant military from Reservoir Ducks now is El Pollo Diavolo with the 38 something here, but Paladins no longer in production here. Gold is running low. The Hussars are being substituted, but now almost twice the military now for Raiding ParTea. Strong, solid forward pressure here. The GG is called, and the set ends 1-1 between these two 3rd division teams here. And Dr. Tilty, even a bit on tilt earlier this game, managed to get a nice reboom going here. Some fantastic sneaky raids in the backside of the green pocket base with a minimum of effort, and effectively back with a massive reboom of 166 villagers in the end here. So Exion will learn to focus Loom earlier on this time, I think, because that was brutal when the army is broken, and I think there might have been a hole in the walls as well. Yeah, all the maps have been switched out, Halberdier Henry, for this season, so lots of new maps. That's the one. I can't even pronounce Shinkichon for the raiding or for the Koreans here. Bohemians matching the Spanish boom here to Teutons. Reboom also on point there. Fingolfin eventually adding the DCs, and slinging is allowed in Imperial Age, so this happened after Imperial Age, of course. Solid early castle age for Ixion there, but not enough stone to drop a castle. Went straight for boom. I think that backfired heavily against Fingolfin's and Dr. Tilty's early pressure. GG.